As global conflicts flare up, the skies above us are beginning to reflect the turbulence on the ground. A significant ripple effect has hit the airline industry, with major carriers, including Emirates, Qatar Airways, British Airways, and others, adjusting flight paths or outright canceling routes due to rapidly evolving geopolitical tensions, particularly in the Middle East. This past weekend, British Airways canceled several flights to Dubai and Doha following the U.S. military's airstrikes on Iran. Although the intention was to resume operations shortly after, Iran's retaliatory missile attacks prompted countries like Qatar to shut down their airspace once again, making the situation highly unstable for aviation. What makes this more impactful is that cities like Doha and Dubai are major international transit hubs, vital for connections between Europe, Asia, and Australia. The aviation industry is caught in an increasingly narrow corridor of safe airspace. Flights over Ukraine have been prohibited since Russia's 2022 invasion. Most Western carriers are also banned from Russian airspace, which has already forced longer flight times and less efficient routes, particularly affecting flights between Europe and East Asia. Now, with growing no-fly zones in the Middle East, including Iran, Iraq, Syria, and Israel, airlines are squeezing into even fewer viable corridors. Emirates, despite its central role in the region's aviation, has suspended its services to Baghdad, Tehran, Jordan, and Lebanon until at least the end of June. However, it's maintaining most of its other operations, navigating through an increasingly complex airspace map. Qatar Airways, which operates several flights daily between Australia and Doha, announced schedule changes and continues to monitor the security situation closely. The airline's partial ownership of Virgin Australia and a recent partnership adding more direct connections between Australia and Doha makes any disruption particularly significant for Australian travelers. Singapore Airlines, too, has cancelled multiple flights to Dubai, warning that more cancellations could follow. Meanwhile, carriers like Finnair, boxed in by both the Ukraine conflict and now the Middle Eastern crisis, have opted to suspend flights entirely to Doha for the remainder of the month. In Australia, Qantas has managed to avoid the direct impact due to its non-stop routes that bypass the region entirely, but it remains on high alert. Beyond the safety concerns, which are of course paramount, there are rising financial pressures. Rerouted flights mean longer travel times, higher fuel consumption, and more extended crew shifts. These all chip away at airline profit margins and increase operational complexity. Industry experts say that if these conditions persist, passengers will inevitably face rising fares, especially as jet fuel costs climb faster than crude oil prices. Flight tracking websites now show a patchwork of empty airspace over the region, clear visual evidence of how much of the sky is becoming inaccessible. Airlines are either detouring far to the north, over the Caucasus and Central Asia, or heading southwest through Saudi Arabia and Egypt, both adding significant time and cost. In a post-COVID world where passenger demand is strong and travelers are eager to fly again, this latest wave of airspace restrictions and geopolitical instability adds another layer of unpredictability to global travel. It's a stark reminder that the freedom to fly, something many of us took for granted, is deeply intertwined with global peace and stability. As tensions persist, airlines and passengers alike are left navigating a shrinking map of the world's skies. Stay subscribed for more videos.